Namaskar, and on behalf of Punjabi Chamber of Commerce, I welcome all of you to join us to talk and discuss about preserving the rich heritage and arts that the community, the fraternity, the Punjab state, the geography that it is known for. So it is indeed an honor for me to be part of this very distinguished panel, and I welcome all our panelists here. Before we talk about before we take this discussion forward, I would like to first of all talk about Punjabi Chamber of Commerce, and then I welcome my panelists here. So, as we can see in the slide, we are a non-profit organization that is like absolutely dedicated towards building the Punjabi community, and there is a novel agenda, and hence we are very particular about being a no religion, no politics, and no policy, no politics and policy, and no non-partisan organization. And we stand for culture, we stand for cooperation, commerce, and we stand for community. These are the three C's: the commerce, culture, and community. And we try to see all these three key ethos founded on cooperation, creativity, and communications, because we believe that without these three supporting C's, the commerce, culture, and community will not have much of its meaning. So, hence, we urge all our members, hence, we urge all our stakeholders to help us in building this chamber. And we thank all our stakeholders and members for having supported us in whatever ways that they could do. As we all know that this forum is not only about talking about commerce, but we are also a community that believes in having a lot of business dialogues and exchange of ideas and cultural reaches, and we practice what we preach and what we believe in. And it is also a great honor for me to share with you that we have a very stable trustee and a very visionary trustee board, stable and competent board of directors. We are 17 chapters strong, and we have 10 committees. And along with that, we have a wing which is Global Youth Squad wing that we have. So this is how the organization this is how much strong we are as a community, and we are present in across four continents, and there are many chapters that are there outside India and within India, and you can see in the slide itself. I do not need to mention the places, that geographies that we are in, and there are many more chapters that we are planning to open for this year. With this, I would like to welcome our first panelist, and please join me in welcoming Ms. Kiran Grewal. She's founder Balwar. Kiran ji, can you just quickly introduce yourself while we have the slide with us?
I'm noticing, good evening, everyone. Just happy to be here. I'm noticing that in my, you seem to have it all down. You know, what I was going to introduce myself with is already mentioned here. But let me reiterate, I am the wife of an ex-naval officer. And we came to settle on the farm very in our 30s. And I wanted to be involved with the community around. I'm a bit of a feminist. I want to do something great for women. So I thought that we should uh, earn some money in their spare time. These women have a lot of time, a lot of skills. So we started to, do a little embroidery. I got them all together, formed a bit of a community, and we ended up with a really nice collective of women. And we have a few crafts between us. The beginning was with cross stitch embroidery and crochet, and a few years later now, with my couple of my naval friends joined me, a naval wife, me, and a friend of hers who's a designer. Three of us are working on reviving the case and the dari. We've, it's given me so much. I mean, I sit here and say, everybody says you're giving back, but I think I'm getting back a lot from working with these women. The social stories are beautiful, and of course what we have managed to produce is also lovely, and I hope to take it forward. in the coming this year. I mean, last year was a dead end for us because of COVID, as per everybody else. But hopefully this year we'll build our capacity and we take this thing forward on more platforms.
That is
And
wonderful, wonderful. And Shukriya, I mean, you are very right when you say that it's like people say that we are giving back. It's like getting also getting back. When you are doing something as gratifying as this, it's like
yeah,
you feel that gratitude every day in every woman member that you work with. So wonderful to know you. And it is indeed my pleasure to have you on board. So, can
thank
I
you.
have my next panelist and I'll welcome Kirti Goel. She's the founder of Peetal, Punjabi Thatera Art Legacy. Kirti, pleasure to welcome you and thank you so much for joining us. Kindly introduce yourself.
So pretty much everything is there.
Yes.
So I started Peetal as a project, and it did not start as a brand. It started back in 2017 in collaboration with Shri Ram College of Commerce and Punjab government, and that is how it went forward. It's been like 3 years now. We are in our 4th year, and it's only last year that we started focusing on it commercially. For 2 years there was so much groundwork, there was so much ground research. So Thateras are the people, it's the community who make brass, copper and berry metal utensils with hands. So they mold the sheets by hand, and it was the only craft to be recognized by UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage in 2014. Yeah. That's it.
One, yes, wonderful. I mean, slide is talking, telling us all about you, and wonderful to know your perspective and amazing. I don't know, such young leaders are required, and this is where perhaps Kiranji will also agree to to having you on board and somebody who is doing something to preserve the dying art and the entire experience has to be revived. It's not about some art and culture and art, it's the community, is the experience that we need to revive. Thank you so much for joining us here. And I'll along with both of our panelists, I will welcome Manpreet ji, Manpreet Singh, our next panelist. Uh, yes, Manpreet ji, you are the founder of Rivayati Punjab, and if you can little bit talk about yourself, introduce yourself. Thank you so much for joining us, and please introduce yourself. Manpreet ji, you're on mute. Manpreet ji, you're on mute. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for signing in. Myself, Manpreet Singh. I am an advocate by profession based in Amritsar and part of many social organizations such as CSC, United Khalsa. Even it is going to be a year with the PCC. And last year, I founded a online platform. It is called a traditional social online platform. It is basically based upon to showcase the art and the basic craft of the different peoples in the villages on the online platform to show their art worldwide. And after I started this work with the village based in Amritsar, which is Raja Sansi village. It is a tribe of the King Raja, and the Sansis are their tribal peoples. And from there, I started with the people who are involved in the handmade carpets. And today we are growing from their art and showcasing them on the online platform. And it is an online platform where any artist from the Punjab can list their projects to showcase them. Thank you.
Wonderful, Manpreet ji. Loads to know from you as we move later in the evening as we move forward. We will have loads to learn from each other. And I think we have to welcome, all of us can join in welcoming Mr. Harjap Singh Aujla. Mr. Harjap Singh Aujla, he's the Punjab heritage activist. And I welcome Mr. Harjap Singh Aujla. Sir, can you please kindly introduce yourself? Brief
Hello,
introduction.
this is Harjap Singh Aujla. I am an engineer by profession, but I'm also a lover of heritage. And I'm very much interested in the music, especially Punjabi music of the year. And I served for about 13 years in India and another 26 years in the United States. And I have tried to preserve some buildings in the United States, historic buildings. And here I belong to Kapurthala, and but my first interest is the development of my first development, sorry. Yeah, my interest is Amritsar, and I want to revive the traditional heritage of Amritsar. If you go to that city, you will find that it's a great city with a great past. It was developed by the gurus. The fourth guru laid the foundation of this city, and the fifth, sixth, ninth guru, they all worked to enrich the heritage of Amritsar. During the time of Raja Ranjit Singh, a lot of Marwadis were imported from Rajasthan, and they also contributed their part. One thing which is very interesting, which I found out is during the time of Emperor Ranjit Singh, his empire was 50% frigid, where winter was much longer than the summer. And those areas included Swat, Gilgit, Chitral, Baltistan, Kashmir, Ladakh, and some parts of even Tibet. And the uniforms they were wearing were not the cotton uniforms. Ladies were asked to knit sweater type dresses for them. And that's how the woolen industry developed in Amritsar. Then they imported some Kashmiri people from Kashmir. They came, they weaved carpets in there. Still there are some Kashmiris in there. We want to revive that art because that art is getting extinct in this world. And for the time being, I'm handing it over to somebody else, and I'll interject in between.
Yes. Thank you so much for this beautiful background, the historical experience, and the legacy we can see when we go to this beautiful city. We can see that it is everywhere. We can see the experiences, the heroic stories, and the crafts and culture and people. And that is the beauty of the entire country. I'll say that we adapt, we own some crafts from some part of some corner of Punjab, and we feel that we are the proud owner of such beautiful pieces, hand pieces. Now, my first question. Thank you so much again for joining us here. So, my first question to Ms. Grewal, can you just talk a little bit about your project A? And I completely believe, and I think all of us are in agreement to the work that you're doing, because social empowerment and economic empowerment, they just go hand in hand. And there are so many initiatives that are taking place, but actually implementing something in a small village, in your farm village, and then collecting people together in a shared vision, it is commendable. So can you just a little bit talk about your experience as to what triggered your experience, your journey, and how your experience altogether? Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The surprising thing is that what I'm doing here is not, it's very doable by anybody who's got the interest. I came here to find a very enthusiastic bunch of women who were, when I first called them over, they were a little skeptical कि ये कढ़ाई के लिए कोई पैसे देगा? You know, what is this funny thing that you're asking us to do? Once they joined me and we built a community so quickly, I realized I used to tell them that whatever you can do by hand and whatever excites you, bring it and show it to me. I was sort of finding my way, around the craft, what would work best, like that. And there, of course, a lot of crochet came, a lot of terrible art projects came, a lot of painting and all that rubbish. So but everyone was excited, enthusiastic, and we started to, I started to explain to them that if we have to do anything, it has to make money. And we started with cross stitch embroidery because that was the easiest thing to do. And as a naval wife, I had done such projects in our naval welfare centers. So we started with embroidery, and I only told them, the brief I gave them was that you have to give me work of good quality. Showed them what I meant by good quality, and I said, अगर आप अच्छा नहीं बनाओगे, तो फिर ये बिकेगा नहीं, तो हमारी गाड़ी रुक जाएगी, So we have to produce stuff that we can sell. Would you believe it? I never got bad work from them. It is just a question of setting a standard and sticking to it. And we used to be very generous about it. We said, "Ek galti sabko maaf." And I would pay them for a galti. It didn't matter. But I said, you have to udhero it and redo it. And I'll pay you for ripping it open also. Like that. We just kept it happy and fun. I've got mostly 99% of my work is good quality. I rarely have to, rarely have to give up on anybody. They're all like, and so they're very enthusiastic, very nice. And I know that it's very easy to do. It's just a question of finding an interest and carrying on. So it was not hard for me to come here and start this. What was hard was now taking it forward. In my own capacity, there's only so much you can do. And I was very I think I call it the forces of the universe who came together. I met a friend of mine in Cochin, and she got interested in doing the weaving project with me. It was just an idea at that time. And she had a friend who was a designer with a lot of experience. And us women, we were looking to do something different. We had the time, we've got grown-up kids who've left the house. We wanted to take on and give back something and do a project which, as my friends who were trainers and designers, they said, we want to take it to the culmination. We are tired of going and training people and not seeing it go forward. So the three of us started to work together on the weaving. So that's Sangeeta Sen, who's from NID and worked 35 years, 25 of them with NID, and she set up wonderful things. I mean, she's very, very talented. And then we have Priya Singh, who is my buddy in the Navy, who is my friend, fellow wife, and we had many happy memories together. And she's a trainer, corporate trainer, and she's done a lot of work in rural areas. She's worked. So three of us came together, and that is how this weaving project was born, literally. Now the thing is, everybody knows Punjab has a lot of craft, but I don't see any of it. We don't see any of it in our emporiums, which is of any quality. We see only pulkari, and there's so much more. So the daris and the case that we've started to weave, they are part of this is all weaving which was done in a woman's home in the village. Women used to weave for their daughters' trousseaux, and a dari and a case, they're all part of a girl's bedding, the bistar that they give with the shadi. So a well-to-do family will give 21 bistar, and the woolen stuff will be pashminas and fine silks. And a simpler family will give 11 bistar, and it'll all be this dari, hand-woven dari, chatehi, case, and bed sheets, all hand-woven at home. This knowledge and skill, I'm happy to say, is still existing with all our villagers. It's dying surely because it's tedious work. It's so much easier to just go into the market and buy machine-made stuff. But the value for it, the joy in making it is still there. And so Sangeeta and Priya came together, came to Sangrur, and we did a little workshop. And we started this weaving and made we had only one weaver who was doing fabric, the case. But anyway, we put this thing together. We got 18 women. We sat them down, trained them. gave them the quality control. I mean, if you want to market something, it has to be, the QC has to be very good. Standardized sizes. You can't just put anything out into the market. So to help them understand that, to take their skill forward, we did this whole exercise where we trained them in sizes. We helped them put a cohesive color palette together, but generally made sure that the yarns were very high quality. They had to be non-bleeding, they had to be pure cotton, they had to be a certain, and I think it was very exciting to work with these women because they were so enthusiastic themselves and happy to grow with us. I mean, they were very disappointed to see some of our colors. They said, "ये तो बड़े फीके फीके हैं, ये तो बिल्कुल अच्छे ही नहीं है. बीबी जी ये क्या कर रहे हो, मैडम? ये तो होने ही नहीं." Anyway, when they started weaving, thanks to Sangeeta's color combinations, they turned out looking so nice. And after that, they were so excited. They said, ये रंग थे सरदारा वाले रंग है, that you city people, you like them. And then they said, it's so nice. Then they started weaving. I'm noticing for their kids and all, they're putting those light blues and those colors into their diaries also. Anyhow, the journey started there. And we've, in our own capacity, tried to grow as much as we can. Now we are looking to build capacity because working with 2s and 3s and 5 women is not, and 20 is not enough. We want to now build capacity so that we may take this product that we have, we may take it forward to a Fab India or to an export place, where once somebody asks us, how many can you produce in a month, we can give them a number. At the moment, it's too informal. I have about 20 women weaving. But at any given time, there are only 5 or 6 looms that are active because kisi ki shaadi hai, kisi ki ghar mein kuch hai, their life comes first. And or some kid is, in trouble or getting married or studying or something. So there are always just 5, 6 or 8 looms working. So I would like to have about 100 or 200 women in our area trained up. And then we'll take this craft forward. I will get noticed a little bit, I'll go forward. One more thing I'm going to add about the noticing part. So now in Punjab, if you go to any government office and you ask them, about what they have for skilling up and all, I'm afraid in Punjab, they don't have much. We don't have a craft facilitation center. We don't have a weaver support group. Every state like Rajasthan, Haryana, they all have very supportive centers set up by the government, which are doing great work to, take this legacy forward. Unfortunately, Punjab, I was surprised to know, doesn't have anything like that. Or I haven't found it, but they don't have anything like that. So we are getting a lot of support, a little bit of support from Haryana, from the Panipat Weaver Support Center. And generally finding our way, forward. It's been a little tough that way. But when it comes to weaving a good product, I think we have it in each village of ours to produce something like what we're doing. Very happy with that. So, yeah, I
thought I'll have so many questions, but I think I've taken down a few notes that we can just sum up as we come to the end of the session, because culmination is something that I learned from you today, that everything has to have a logical culmination, right? So, the same question I would like to ask Kirti. Kirti, if you could just quickly share about your experience. I mean, what motivated you, your journey, and what is the number of weavers that you're engaged with, and your challenges, and something about the success story, because people now ही इतना अच्छा है. Yes.
Yeah, so my motivation was, I was just out of college. I studied design, and in design, we have this whole craft study going where we have to stay in a village for, say, I think it was 40 days. I was in Chamba, and we have to develop something out of the craft, which is like sellable in the market. So we worked with Chamba Rumal, and we came up with beautiful jewelry. With Chamba Rumal, and when I went back to college, and I was like, I'm so sad that I'll never be able to sell it because I don't know how to sell. Basically, because I was a designer with no experience in selling. So my brother was in Sri Ram College of Commerce, and they take up Enactus is a chapter in Sri Ram College of Commerce. It's all over India. They take up social entrepreneurial projects. So that is when they were researching on what project to start. So they came across this craft, a UNESCO recognized craft form, thathera, like they hammer utensils. They hammer brass and copper sheets, bell metal into utensils. And it was, I didn't know about it. Like we had all studied Thurse Thathera in school, but like barely any one of us knew who they actually are. So when I learned about it, I was very intrigued. And then he asked me, I was just about to get done with my graduation. He asked that, like, instead of doing a job somewhere, would you like to come and work here? So I was like, yeah, I mean, I'll get to learn something new. So that is when, the whole thing started. I did my market research. I saw that, okay, Muradabad is called Pital Nagri because there is a certain kind of brass which is being exported. Like the market is big, but then why is the craft form of these thatheras dying? So it was very intriguing for me there also that मतलब जब market में बिक रहा है तो इन लोगों का क्यों नहीं बिक रहा? So then we started putting down things together that why are they not able to sell? So design was one of the major parts because they didn't know what to make that would sell. And then luckily we were going in a very home decor direction. But in 2018, copper bottles were out there in the market. People had started purchasing copper again because it's good for one's health. And we got our research right and we realized how good these metals are for one's health and like what our generation is missing on too. So we started spreading awareness about, and beginning was just through exhibitions. Our first exhibition was in October 2017 where like people were so happy to see brass back in the market and they were like, okay, like we have thrown away these utensils in Punjab, we like literally sold them off, and like are they actually coming back? We were like, okay, maybe they are coming back. So that is how this whole thing started for 2 years because the community was like, they did not believe in us initially because of it being UNESCO recognized. There were so many documentaries made on them, but nothing was actually done. So they didn't believe that we could actually make a difference, but we kind of convinced them like, nahi, ab banao. And they were very apprehensive of trying something new. So we had to convince them to try something new, that make things like this and it will sell. And as a designer, I understood that I can't ask them to change 360 degrees. So I had to learn about what they're already making and then make small changes to what they can make. And then selling was the part which, Sri Ram College of Commerce, they were taking care of it very nicely. So it was like a very together kind of a thing which went hand in hand. And for 2 years, this is how like exhibition gave us confidence that yes, it can sell in the market, For 2 years we were not really thinking ki scale up kaise karna hai, but we were thinking sustain kaise karna hai. Like if we have 5 artisans, so how do you even, because the craft is not, if one artisan can easily make 50 to 60,000 rupees like for himself, it pays that well. Who is going to be able to sell that much? That's the challenge here. Like, how do you sell that much? That was a challenge with my community. So, even if I was working with one artisan, I could get a lot of quantity. That, we used to buy 2 piece bana do, 3 piece bana do. They were like, madam, aap to quantity nahi dete, kaam karne mein nahi maza aata. So all those were the challenges. Of course, like in the beginning, the people, the younger generation was not there, and the people we were working with were above 50. But during COVID, like a guy who was 25 years old, he lost his job in Kapda, and he came back to join this Thathera art form again. So that gave us a lot of confidence that no, like once they see that the skill set is growing and the craft is growing, they will come back. People will come back. But for the craft I am working with, it's very inherited type of a craft form. I don't think I can go out and train people for this, but there are Thatheras all across India, all across the world. So, I can slowly, if I want to scale up, so I'll have Thatheras, say in Jaipur, things like that. I'll have to start. That is how I would look at scaling up. But it's only been 1 year that we have gotten into commercial selling and how to sell, telling stories to people, because we realized people were very apprehensive while buying because they were like isko maintain kaise karenge. So we had to first tell them that if it is good for your health, at least you can do itna ki maintain kar sakte ho, because aapki health ke liye acha hai. And then we started telling stories around that you know how पहले के टाइम में लोगों को ये बीमारियां नहीं होती थी, ये बीमारियां नहीं होती थी, ये सारा कुछ तो अब आया है, अब के टाइम में आया. So that is how we have been going forward. Yeah.
Great going, Kirti. I mean, amazing. Yeah, you're right that you do not know how to take this skills. I mean, the skilled workforce that you have with you, and you have to find ways as to how you transfer this particular skill to the next generation, and or perhaps a vertical mobility and horizontal mobility is something that you can just think about doing it. And there are such in the many universities also have those startup incubation centers, and they have many centers also where you can actually go out and reach out and you can do that. And at Chamber we would be very happy to take this cause forward, because we felt that there was a need for us to talk about it, because before committing ourselves to something, you know, as big as this, as because there is, I mean, a lot of sentiments are also attached to the entire concept. So we also wanted to understand. So we will be very happy to take it forward in whatever way that we can do, and we can talk about it. So thank you so much again sharing your experience. Manpreet ji, I would like to know from you, आपका क्या experience रहा, because you are also working with the tribals, I believe, because you mentioned that these are the tribals that you are working with. Uh, so if you can just share your experience and the challenges that you have, and then we can move quickly to Mr. Ojla. Yeah.
Actually, when I started this project and speaking in the layman language, because ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਸੀਗਾ, ਇਹ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿ my father is involved in the handicraft in the carpet business from the last 30 years. And during lockdown, ਜਦੋਂ second month ਸੀਗਾ, and I received a call from a worker, ਸਾਡਾ ਵੀਵਰ ਹੀ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੰਮ ਦਿਓ, and everything was closed. And ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਈ ਕਿ ਕੰਮ ਦਿਓ, he start crying. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ, ਉਹਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਰਡ ਕਿਹਾ which strike to me. he ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ 'ਚ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ, ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਕਿਤੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਲੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੀ. ਐਂਡ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਰਡ ਸੀਗਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਟ੍ਰਾਈਕ ਕੀਤਾ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਫਿਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸੋਚਣ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਡਿਵੈਲਪ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਟ੍ਰੈਡੀਸ਼ਨਲ ਵਰਕ ਐਂਡ ਕਈ ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਪਿਆ ਐਂਡ ਸੇਮ ਰੂਟੀਨ ਇਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਲਾਈਕ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਰਪੇਟ ਸਾਡਾ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਪੈਕਡ, ਐਂਡ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਜੈਪੁਰ ਦੀ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਲੋਕਲ ਮਾਰਕੀਟਸ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਰਚੇਜ਼ਰ ਆ ਉਹ ਫਰਦਰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਐਕਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਬਟ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੋਚ ਉੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੇਚਣਾ, ਦੇ ਡੋਂਟ ਗੋ ਫਰਦਰ. ਐਂਡ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਲੋਕਡਾਊਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਈਵਨ ਦਾ ਜੈਪੁਰ ਇਜ਼ ਕਲੋਜ਼ਡ, ਸਾਰਾ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਹੀ ਬੰਦ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਲੋਕਡਾਊਨ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ. ਫਿਰ ਦੈਨ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਡ ਆ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਇੱਕ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਤਿਆਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜੀ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਓਪਨ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਇੱਕ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਾ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਆਪਣਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਆਪਣਾ ਲਿਸਟਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ, ਈਵਨ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਹੋਵੇ, ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਵੇ. ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਾਰਪੇਟਸ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਟਾਰਟਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ ਵਿਦ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਾਲਸ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਾਲ ਵੀਵਰਸ ਆ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਦੇ, ਪਲੱਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਾਰਪੇਟਸ ਵਾਲੇ. ਐਂਡ ਕਾਰਪੇਟਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਸੀਗਾ ਇਟ ਵਾਸ ਸਟਾਰਟਡ ਇਨ ਦਾ 90s, ਜਦੋਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜਾ ਰਣਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਸੀਗੇ, ਐਂਡ ਵਿਦ ਦੈਮ ਕੁਛ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰੀ ਸੀਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੂਵਡ ਹੋਏ ਸੀਗੇ, ਐਂਡ ਦੇ ਸਟਾਰਟਡ this business, this work in Rajasthan, in the ਰਾਜਾ ਸੰਸੀ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਲੇਜ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਨਾਲ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵਿਲੇਜ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਵੀਵਰਸ ਉੱਥੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੱਕ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਲਮੋਸਟ 120 ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਲੂਮਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੰਮ ਚੱਲਦਾ. ਅਰਾਊਂਡ 400 ਵਰਕਰਸ ਆਰ ਵਰਕਿੰਗ ਵਿਦ ਅਸ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀਵਰਸ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ. ਐਂਡ ਇਹਦਾ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਇਹੀ ਮਕਸਦ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਮਿਡ ਮੈਨ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪਰਚੇਜ਼ ਹੋਵੇ ਇਨ ਅਬਰੋਡ, because the Europe is the biggest market of purchaser of the handmade carpets and shawls. ਉਹ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਐਕਸਪੋਰਟ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਬਟ ਮਿਡ ਮੈਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀਵਰ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਐਗਜ਼ੈਕਟਲੀ. ਐਂਡ ਦਾ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਚੈਲੰਜ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਫੇਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਪਏ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਮੇਡ ਐਂਡ ਕਾਪੀ. ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਹੈ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਟੂਰਿਸਟ ਪਲੇਸ, ਈਵਨ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੈਪੁਰ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਟੂਰਿਸਟ ਪਲੇਸ, ਐਂਡ ਥੀਸ ਆਰ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਹੈਗੀ NRI ਪਰਸਨਸ ਜਾਂ ਅਬਰੋਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੀ। ਇਹ ਲੋਕਲ ਪਰਸਨ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਗਾ? ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੋਸਟ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਐਂਡ ਉਹ ਕੋਈ ਆਮ ਬੱਚਾ ਕੋਈ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਅਫੋਰਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ। ਐਂਡ ਗੌਰਮੈਂਟ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਏਜੰਸੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਐਂਡ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਸੀਕ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਵੈਨ ਵੀ ਗੋ ਫॉर ਗੌਰਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਹਾਊ ਕੈਨ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਐਕਸਪੋਰਟ ਕੋਈ ਇੰਨੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਿਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੀ। ਹੁਣ ਫਰਦਰ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਕੀਤਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜੀ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ। ਐਂਡ ਮੂਵਿੰਗ ਟੂ ਦਾ ਟੂਰਿਸਟ ਹੱਬ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੈਪੁਰ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਿਆ, ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਿਆ। ਇੱਕ ਕਾਪੀ ਦੀ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਪੀਪਲ ਆਰ ਸੈਲਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ, ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਮੇਡ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਹੈਂਡਮੇਡ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਵੇਚਦੇ ਆ ਐਂਡ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਇਨਫੀਰੀਅਰ ਇਨ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ। ਐਂਡ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਉਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮੈਡਮ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਕਿ ਫੁਲਕਾਰੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਦਿਖਦੀ ਹੈ। ਫੁਲਕਾਰੀ ਜੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਇਜ਼ ਦਾ ਬਿਗੇਸਟ ਐਕਸਪੋਰਟਰ ਆਫ ਫੁਲਕਾਰੀ। ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਨ ਮਸ਼ੀਨਰੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੋਂ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਮੇਡ ਫੁਲਕਾਰੀ ਬਣਦੀ ਹੈ। ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁਣ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਬਣਦੀਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ ਹੈਂਡਮੇਡ ਐਂਡ ਆਲਮੋਸਟ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ 10 ਵੀਵਰਸ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ, ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਮੇਡ। ਆਲ ਦਾ ਐਕਸਪੋਰਟ ਹਾਊਸਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਸੈੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਪਏ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਏ ਜੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹੈਂਡਮੇਡ, ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਨੋਟ ਹੈਂਡਮੇਡ, ਉਹ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਮੇਡ। ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨੀਡਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਦਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਥਰੈਡ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਉੱਪਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਐਂਡ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਮੇਡ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹੈਂਡਮੇਡ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਵੇਚਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਐਂਡ ਸਿਮਿਲਰ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਵਿਦ ਦਾ ਹੈਂਡਮੇਡ ਕਾਰਪੈਟਸ। ਹੈਂਡਮੇਡ ਕਾਰਪੈਟਸ ਰਾਜਾ ਸੰਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੇਨ ਹੈ ਹੱਬ ਹੈਗਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਾ, ਜੋ ਹੈਂਡਮੇਡ ਕਾਰਪੈਟ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣਦਾ ਬੁਖਾਰਾ ਕਾਰਪੈਟ, ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਆਲ ਓਵਰ ਵਰਲਡ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣ ਸਕਦਾ। ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਨੋਟਡ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਟੈਕਨੀਕ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋਲ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੀ। ਯੂਪੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਦੀ ਬਣਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕਾਪੀ ਬਣਦੀ ਹੈ, ਬਟ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਫਿਰ ਉਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਦੀ ਇਨਫੀਰੀਅਰ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰਾਜਾ ਸੰਸੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਰਪੈਟ ਹੈਗਾ, ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਮੇਡ ਅਪ ਆਫ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਵੂਲ। ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੂਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਐਕਸਪੋਰਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਐਂਡ ਉਸ ਵੂਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਣਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਐਂਡ ਵੈਨ ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਵਾਸ਼ਡ, ਇਹਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੂਲ ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਦੀ ਸ਼ਾਈਨ ਕੁਛ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਨੋਰਮਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲੋਂ। ਐਂਡ ਈਵਨ ਇਹਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਹੈਗੀ ਇਟ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਲਾਈਫ ਸਪੈਨ ਇਜ਼ ਆਫ 50 years। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੁਲਫਿਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਟੂ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਸ਼ੋਕੇਸ देयर ਆਰਟ ਸੋ ਡੈਟ ਦੇ ਕੈਨ ਸੈਲ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਲੀ। ਔਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਇਹ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀਵਰਸ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ ਜਾਂ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ, ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਇਹ ਦੇ ਡੋਂਟ ਨੀਡ ਐਨੀ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਹੈਲਪ। when you talk about them ki do you need any help, they will get ki we need a buyers, we need a genuine buyer where we can sell their products.
True. But first of all, hats off to all of you for still getting into the Delhi, what do you call the Delhi battles, and that's a battle that you have chosen, all of you have chosen. But this is something that not everyone can do, not everyone can take forward. But Manpreet ji, एक अगर आपने मैडम ग्रेवाल की बातें सुनी होगी तो she definitely suggested that कुछ हमें जो क्वालिटी एंड लो क्वालिटी की बात उन्होंने की थी एंड स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन की भी बात की थी। तो वी हैव टू ब्रिंग आवर वीवर्स, हमारे जो आर्ट्स आर्टिजन्स हैं और जो हमारे जो क्राफ्ट पर्सन्स हैं, उनको हमको थोड़ा सा वी हैव टू ब्रिंग देम टू अ डिसिप्लिन ऑल्सो, in terms of the standardization, the protocols that they have to maintain. Because end of the day, if we connect with the buyers have certain expectations. For example, the color combinations. If you give it to a global buyer may not like the vibrant colors that the local Indian Punjabi local craftsperson would be using it. So we have to also take that into consideration. And again, the challenge definitely remains when you have a connecting the backward, the internal stakeholders, the craftspersons, and connecting them with the external stakeholders, our clients और जो हमारे end user हैं, वहाँ तक की जो connectivity है उसके लिए there are certain, I'm sure there are certain schemes that I have also worked in my own individual professional capacity with the government where they are supporting big time to the women craftspersons. They are supporting. There are certain schemes that are there, and I'm sure there are schemes at the central level, not at the state level. But however, it's like एक हिम्मत करने की बात होती है, सब मिल जाते हैं एंड एक कारवा बनता है, इतिहास बनता है, लेगेसी क्रिएट होती है. सो यू ऑल आर हीरोज फॉर अस and we look up to you, and we have many people, and I can just see there are many Q&As that are coming my way, and people are interested in knowing about your products. So it's a good start for us, and we have to organize ourselves. That is very important. You know, we all are working in isolation, in silos. Unless we bring the entire community together and we see a WEV approach in that, वो फिर वहां से बातें बननी शुरू होंगी. Now I'll quickly move to श्री औजला हरजप सर. Sorry, I pronounced your name हरजाप जी, क्योंकि मुझे लगा इंग्लिश में ऐसे ही मैंने पढ़ दिया, but I think sir it's हरजप सिंह औजला, right sir? Sir, how would you? Yes. So, I mean, from your perspective, if I may ask, because you have heard all the three panelists here, how would you see I mean, what are the key factors that we need to work upon to create that kind of consumer, connect with the kind of crafts that are available, that art is dying everywhere? How do we do that? Because end of the day, unless we connect them to the users, the buyers, uh, it will die its own natural. Yeah.
One
So,
more
yeah.
I have found out that Punjab had been very rich in so many arts.
True.
Way Manpreet is telling, carpet weaving is one, but carpet weaving also can be supplemented with the newer designs. Now see, Golden Temple is one of the finest tourist places in the world. It is our primary tourist attraction. What we can do is make large pictures of the Golden Temple with sparkling water and with the light and all that, and then ask people to recreate it in on canvas with embroidery on it, and you will see it will be fetching huge prices. There are people in this in the Western world, they cannot be put on the floor because that is a sacred thing to us. We can put them as wall hangings. Let us go and try this thing also. Let us make maybe 1 or 2 or 4 a year, and it will definitely get good price in the New York market as well as in Los Angeles, London, Paris. These are the places where you have to go. One carpet exporter from India who is based in New York, he told me that Amritsar has great craftsmanship for carpets, but the problem is they don't go to the international conferences on carpet weaving, and they are not aware of what the world wants them to make. So that is one thing which Amritsar must have to learn. Its manufacturers have to go and visit different places, study those, take their pictures, and then they can do this thing in carpets. The other thing which I think Amritsar is the home of Punjabi music. The music that produced by in Amritsar is nowhere else in Punjab. Today, if Pakistan is doing very well in Punjabi music, it's due to Amritsar. You know, the most popular ghazal singer of Pakistan, Farida Khanum, is from Amritsar. Was born in Amritsar, brought up in Amritsar. Similarly, Muhammad Rafi, world's #1 singer for 1/3 of a century. He was born in Amritsar. And another, Sai Akhtar Hussain, he was son of Bhai Lal, a Rababi Kirtaniya. And he did very well in Lahore. And he was not only used by the Radio Pakistan Lahore, but also by the film industry of Pakistan. Similarly, Zubaida Khanum, the most popular singer of Pakistan of the 1950s, was born in Amritsar. Amritsar is home to so much talent. Now, unfortunately, most of the Islamic talent has moved to Pakistan. What we are left with is the Hindu and Sikh talent. And who can beat the Kirtan of Pai Santa Singh, who was born in 1904 and he died in 1966. His style of music is now developing as a school of music in Delhi. By Santa Singh's music can be revived in Amritsar too. Similarly, there was a lady known as Zahida Parveen. She was from Amritsar. She was born in Amritsar. She went to Pakistan. She became the leading classical singer. So much talent we have in Amritsar. I have offered to the Guru Nanak University Vice Chancellor that I shall make a library for them of Punjabi folk and classical, semi-classical music. And he can make his students of music learn the art from listening to those creations which were done by the Amrsaris. And even in Lahore, the biggest music directors, Master Ghulam Haider was from Amritsar. He was the son of a
Sir,
musician.
yes, sir. I think because of the time constraint, I would also like to have few more questions floated, but I need quick answers from all of you because you all, this is an opportunity for us, and we want to capture the most of it. So, sir, absolutely, you are very right when you say that you have already offered your services to the universities, that you would like to have a library running for them, and why not, if you can just create and you can add few other crafts also. But the I completely agree to what you are saying, that the musical legacy that is there, it is also, we can clearly see that it is just going away, and are somehow the youth population needs to be mobilized, they need to be trained. And that's where my next question comes in. This is perhaps my third question, I do not know, but the next question is basically, uh, how, what do we do if we have to have just 2 points from each of you? What do we do moving forward? What should we do? So can you just share? I'll begin with Miss Grewal. What do we do in 2 bullet points
All
moving
right.
forward?
Sorry for
Yeah.
being offline like that. The perils of living in a little village. Internet just kind of ran out. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Few points that we can do. I missed a little bit, so I'm catching the thread of your conversation. I think we need quality is one thing that I cannot stress enough on. Quality and design, very important. Once you have one product with quality, you can sell it anywhere. The market will come running to you. That
That's true. I
Hello,
think
Kiranji.
I think line has
Yes. So
I think internet issue, Rajashri.
yeah. I think we just have the same question to Manpreet ji. Your 2 bullet points on what do we do moving forward?
I think we need a centralized platform where we
Yes.
all can sell. We need a
Yes.
single platform where we can sell. We need an international platform for a Punjab, because finding clients on different platforms, we can't create that position for selling such products.
True. True. So any other point that you would like to mention? Other than having a central platform, which is very important, quality is something that Kiran ji has talked about. So again, this question goes to Kirti. Kirti, while Manpreet ji may have his points, he can just be given some time to think about any other points. But how do you see moving forward? Because yeah, as designer, you have owned a craft. So moving forward, what are the two crucial points that you think would be dominating the future, or how do you see it?
Content. I think telling stories. If you are working with a craft, why did it decline and what led to its decline and why should it come back? Telling stories is very important. You have to make consumer connect to the craft, and I think it will sell. So yeah, that is one of the most important part. That's working
Yes.
for us. So I think.
Y- Exactly. It is very important that the narrative cannot be missed out. And every craft that we have, there is a certain story, there is a history, and somehow the stories are getting untold and they remain untold, and because of which we are losing out on many the richness of our
I
culture
mean,
and
they have
heritage.
already told like quality, design, all those things are very important. For
True,
that's the
true, true.
first step, but then second is storytelling, content. That's how you reach the markets.
Yes, so I see it as a circle, Kirti. It has 360 degrees. So any if even if it is a 1 degree component, it is equally important as the other 360 359 degrees, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Kiranji, we missed you.
Yeah.
You have had one more point to make, I believe.
Yeah, so I talked about quality, and like she said, she's taken it from me. I meant the
Yes.
story. It is such a beautiful story. We are taking it forward logically, but now let me add many more. I have many more products. This story is what's going to take it and capture the next generation also.
Yes.
That is important. I'm seeing that in the embroidery, I've got the next generation interested. It's the weaving and these crafts. It's now my endeavor to get the next generation excited about it. And already I find that all the projects that we're doing, the trainings that we are doing with the women, now Sangeeta is working on making them think. She asked them, she said, how do you uh, decide what you're going to do on a dari? After all, it's your canvas. She was shocked to hear that they said, "हम copy करते हैं एक दूसरे की." She said, "Why? आप बनाओ from your own mind." So now that's the next thing that going to do to enable them to transfer their ideas onto the
Yes, I think again she's frozen. But I'll also add to what Harjap ji had suggested to Manpreet ji, that we should also create new products. For example, a toran kind of a thing, a wall hanging with with
Wall
the
hanging.
same craft. The look and feel, the usability will be different. So if we create such things, and in the morning also I have had a detailed discussion with a different panel altogether. So one of them talked about the rug business that she's in. So she was telling us that this is how it is, because this pandemic has given us a situation wherein we can experiment with the products with the same craft. So that is something there. Harjap sir, what is your two bullet points towards
One,
this?
see, I can be only a facilitator because I'm
So,
in my old age now. I'm
right.
about 75, and I want to guide people in doing what they can do, where they can do very well. Uh, I also suggested to the Vice Chancellor of Guru Nanak University that they should plant all the trees of all the countries where Guru Nanak visited during his 4 Udasis. That's also a piece of art. That's also a piece of our heritage. And also the flower beds and the shrubs. Now, he visited Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran, several parts of India. There is so much of beauty in flora and fauna in these countries. The Europeans will love to see it. And I tell you, he's a very uh, hands-on person. He has, in principle, agreed to what I said. Now, if we can do those things, look at our diaspora in the world. All the Guru Nanak Nam Leva people will like to visit Amritsar to see those trees which are grown in the countries he visited. And those kinds of things can be done You have to have a very, very wide canvas in order to do well. And I think I will always keep adding to their knowledge. And from my own personal experiences, in America, they have planted the tropical trees and vegetation in the greenhouses where it's a frigid weather. For example, Longwood Garden in at the junction of Pennsylvania and Delaware, that place has a beautiful tropical garden in which everything which is grown in Singapore, in Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala is grown there. I can see part of Kerala there. I can see part of Tamil Nadu there. So these kinds of things, if our universities do, you will see our things will sell like anything, and our tourism will flourish, and our economy will do well. Right now, our economy is hurting too badly. One reason, which one complaint I have, is that Amritsar is too far away from Chandigarh, which is the state's capital. It is too far away from Patiala, which is the hometown of the ruler of Punjab. It is too far away from Bathinda, which is the home turf of the previous chief ministers. They don't think Amritsar is a part of that. And that is what is not only my complaint, everyone in Amritsar feels that
Yes,
Amritsar's talent is being appreciated.
yes,
Nor,
sir.
so that's my complaint. If the government takes a serious notice of that, I shall feel I am successful in highlighting the plight of the people there. Their industry has gone. Now their arts and crafts are going.
Yes, I I think, sir, here I'll intervene because as a chamber we do not entertain any statements pertaining to any political statements or religious which just echoes the religious sentiments. But
That's great.
what but sir, you have very rightly mentioned, but that we have to organize ourselves, and I do not think distance in the age of technology, distance is not as much a challenge as we pose this to be, because technology has actually made many things easier. People are now connected, and you have very rightly mentioned that at your age, if it is like your expertise is available to the youth population, if the training centers are there, universities have to be more they have to be more open to floating new courses which are a blend of some practical training as well as some theoretical interpretations around those trainings. So these are few things that we can definitely take forward. And I thank all our panelists here. Harjap sir, thank you so much for joining us. We will have more conversation when we meet one on one, e-meet one on one, and we can always have a series, one more series that we can do with all of you together. And Kirti, thank you for joining us. Wonderful work that you are doing. And at a young age, you are definitely an inspiration to the youth population. Manpreet ji, what a passion that you have for your work. And believe me, there are many people, and I can just see the people writing to us. And we will have a lot of conversation, and people are going to join hands. And as you very rightly mentioned, and it was also in the comment section, that a centralized platform is something that we should to look forward. And then again, Ojala sir has very rightly mentioned that we have to recreate the products in their own, redefining the products and
Redefining.
recreating them in their look and feel, and in the context also, usability also. Miss Grewal talked about the quality, and storytelling is something that Kirti and Miss Grewal, they have actually shared together. But other than that, the intention, the mindset to do and is important. We definitely have to look forward to a solution or steps wherein we can sensitize, we can mobilize the next generation craftspersons, and we have to ensure that all of them are, I mean, we are richer with our legacy and nothing dies down. So with this, I come to an end, and as a vote of thanks, Punjabi Chamber of Commerce would extend, I mean, we extend our gratitude, and we are grateful that we could have such a wonderful discussion. And we would request all of you to join us and guide us. And we need your guidance, we need your expertise. And there are people in the community who would love to hear from you. We are we will thrive. We are thriving through our strong leadership, dedication, and broad collaboration. Collaboration is definitely an answer to many of the questions, not only in the uh, arts and artisan segment, but across. So collaborative efforts are something that people have started realizing. I may not have a capability that the other has, and why not we marry the capabilities and we become bigger? So that's the idea. And we appreciate each of our members, and we are a community which is going to be more stronger in the days, in the months to come. And we have many programs that we have floated, and we need volunteers also, like all of you. Join us, help us, and let us think about doing something for this particular segment. And I think the chat section has so many feedbacks and comments. So look forward, and thank you so much. So become a part of the Punjabi Chamber of Commerce for your network, for just building the community. And we are there to help each other. Thank you so much, and thanks for the nice evening that you all have given. That experience was
Thank
wonderful.
thank you so much.
Shukriya.
Thank
Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you.